good, sort of how things started off for you guys, and then where you saw things fall apart?
And I thought that offensively, first half, obviously we did a really good job. We shot the ball really well. We made 10 threes in the first half, only 4 in the second. I thought that that first half we did a really good job of defensively. We were disruptive. We were, making them take a tough shots, and to miss a bunch of those. We just did not have enough energy in that third quarter. If you look at in the first half, we had 23 assists. We finished the game with 32. 32 is a great number, but not comparing with the first half and the way we played in the first half. I thought that we really tried to compete. We ended up game with only 5 players there available with fouls. Even AJ, medically we had to pull him out of the game. Literally, we finished this season with 5 players on the court there available to play, and obviously very sad that that season is coming to an end for us, but at the same time, very, very excited about the future of this group, about the future of the organization, and everything that's ahead of us.
And sorry, what happened with AJ? And I guess that's assuming why Scotty had to still.
Yeah, so AJ, he pulled. I think it was. They need to update me on this, but I think it was he pulled his hamstring or something like that. He's okay, but they did not want to risk over there to go into play more minutes in this game.
We'll talk about the assists in the first half. I think it was like Jonathan had like 8 with 0 turnovers. Jamal had like 9 with 0 turnovers. That ball protection there, that's sort of what you guys have been working towards in the first half. What did you like from that?
I mean, to be honest with you, all of our players, they played to their strengths in the first half, and Jonathan Mulbach, he did a really good job of pushing the ball in transition, finding simple passes, simple decisions there. He just did a great job there. Jamal was great in the first half. He did assists as well. Just finding the simple decision there on offense and then finding teammates. As a result of that, we were able to get a bunch of threes up and to make those.
I'm sure you do a lot of talking this week, so I'll spare you on that. But just from a game perspective, just the pride that you have with this group that still came out and played with integrity and also played to the Raptors brand of basketball you want to see.
I mean, Toronto Raptors is a global brand. There is an expectation how you need to play, how you need to behave, what kind of culture you need to have when you're with Toronto Raptors. All of our players, they understand that, and they're trying their best to play to that standard. So that standard is just going to continue to rise for us as we continue to grow as a young team. So really excited to be part of the future.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.